Yo everybody, ScottyPF maybe here. Welcome back to another video about the Anime Awards. And now that it is the it's the 11th now, since they announced them last night, like I just said, they have announced all the winners for the Anime Awards, except for Anime of the Year, which they're saving for, I think, January 28th. So I'll be back here on the 29th, or maybe the 9th or 28th, where I talk about it. But we're going to be talking about all the winners, who I thought would end up winning. And let's see if I got a lot of these things right. So let's open up here. We've got Hero of the Year, and I assumed it was going to be hopefully Izuku. And if anyone beat Izuku, I was hoping it'd be Satoru from Erase. And Izuku's from Boku no Hero Academia. And the winner was Izuku Midoriya. Deku, my boy. I knew. And second, legit, was Satoru, so I mean, I'll take it. That's exactly what I wanted. Also, Mob got third, so from Mob Psycho, so that's not too much of a surprise. I kind of thought he could have gotten second possibly, but you know. Let's go over to Villain of the Year, and I think I voted for Gaku Yashiro, and he got tied for second. Number 2, the second person tied for first was, in this case, Yoshiaki Kira from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I predicted to win. So they tied. We take those. And third was Tomura Shigaraki, which I didn't think he had a chance at all anywhere near the top. So, I mean, you know, whatever, we take those. We've got Best Boy. And this one it was total theft, in my opinion. I wanted Izuku to win, my boy Deku, but I'm pretty sure my prediction, Yuri Hatsuki, won with a huge 50% deficit. It was 50%, and everything else was just real small. I mean, second was Arataka Reagan, third was Izuku. So, I mean, Yuri won that by a long shot, which was, in my opinion, hella theft, but beggars cannot be choosers. And of course we go to Best Girl. I voted for Rem, and I predicted it was going to be Rem, and the winner was obviously Rem from ReZero, because waifu for waifu. Come on, none of those other girls are worth it. Let me check again who second and third were. Second was Ochako Uraraka. I don't know. From Boku no Hero Academia, and third was Miko Niyama. I don't know, a lot of the choices for Best Girl were not the best, but you know, whatever. Best Fight Scene. The person I wanted to win the Best Fight Scene award was pretty much Izuku versus Kachan, and I thought, since that was the only one I really watched, that's the only one I could really know, or really assume could win. Whereas the winner was definitely who, after thinking about it, had a higher chance, was Shigeo versus Kayama. When I googled that up from Mob Psycho 100, that was a really important fight. So, I mean, congrats to Mob Psycho. I mean, I hear good things, so keep taking them good things, mate. Best Animation. It's... And by the way, after I go through all the things, I'll talk about my gripes and stuff with the Anime Award related stuff, but we'll talk about that after. But I wanted, for Best Animation, I voted for Yuri on Ice, because I mean, I haven't watched any of the other ones here, so I didn't really know who could win other than Yuri on Ice, but I did predict the Mob Psycho could have a chance, which was my opinion. And number 1 with a huge deficit is Yuri on Ice. That one, you know, we'll talk about that after, but Yuri on Ice was number 1, Mob Psycho was number 2, and number 3 was Kaminari of the Iron Fortress. So another Yuri on Ice win. What else could happen, right? Most heartwarming scene. I 100% wanted Kyle's first home cooked meal to win, because that was a legitimate heartwarming scene. That and Kakeru's learn to understand each other. Kakeru and Sua learn to understand each other. Those two scenes were actually heartwarming, whereas the other two really weren't. But the winner was the kiss from Yuri on Ice. Second was Kaio's home cooked meal, which 100% deserves to be first, but whatever. And third was Kakaru and Sora learned to understand each other. The other two had no chance. Is a lot of theft over here. So, let's move on before I get a bit salty. Drama of the year. Drama of the year, we had a lot of okay choices. I mean, Erase, Jokugen, Kiznaiver, Shogen Roku Rakugo Shinju. The winner, well, before I say the winner, who I voted for was Erased, and I predicted that Kiznaiver had a chance of being first. I didn't really know, but definitely Erased won, and Kiznaiver was second, so it's lit. And third was Shogen Roku Rakugo Shinju, and that's just like adding to the reason why I should go watch that anime. But I mean, we can chill. Let's move on to best couple. I voted for Satoru and Kaio. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's who I thought should win. Now, who I thought was going to win was Yuri and Victor from Yuri on Ice, and the winner 100% was Victor and Yuri from Yuri on Ice by a 69% in comparison to the others, which is pretty ridiculous. Second was Satoru and Kaio, like I hoped, and third was Katsuhiro and Sonozaki, which I thought had no chance of winning at all, but you know, whatever. Best comedy, I voted for Keijo because I thought Keijo was the funniest anime here, but I thought Sakamoto Desuka had a real high chance of beating it. Also thought Konosuba was okay. Number one was, of course, Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, but number two is what makes me real confused. Number two was not who I wanted to win Keijo. It was Konosuba, and I don't know about that. I didn't think Konosuba was actually as funny as either of them, so whatever. But number three was Keijo, so we take those. I'm kind of salty about that because I don't know. I feel like, I mean, come on, Keijo deserves to be number two. Don't even. Best action, I voted for My Hero Academia, and I did predict that Mob Psycho could beat it. And number one was definitely Mob Psycho. With the, I don't know, I haven't seen it. I want to watch it now, so I'm probably going to go watch that after. Number two was My Hero Academia, which I'm glad about. And number three was Drifters. I heard that show was bad, so I'm probably not going to ever watch it, but you know, whatever. And we'll move on to Best Opening. Now, Best Opening, in my opinion, was none of these. I voted for Reason Living by from Bungo Stray Dogs, the anime. I didn't think any of these were as good, other than History Maker, which I predicted to win because, of course, the one I voted for was not on the list. But History Maker from Yuri on Ice did, in fact, win by a large amount of votes. And number two was Mob Psycho, where number three was Other. No way! Is it actually? Yeah, it is. Wait, let's see if you can see that. Other. Wow. Literally Other. That's how you know all these choices are pretty bad. And then the last one, other than Best Anime of the Year, which hasn't been announced yet, it was Best Ending. And I thought the best ending out of all these choices was pretty much You Only Live Once from Yuri on Ice. I thought it was, it wasn't the best ending there could have been, but out of these choices, definitely was the best one, and that's who I predicted to win, and they in fact did win by a large margin again. And I'm not even lying to you, all these margins for Yuri on Ice are fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, number two was Mob Psycho. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. And number three was Other again. So let's talk. Now that we know who won, let's talk about the gripes that a lot of people are having with the Anime Awards, which is the gripes I'm having too. I mean, big anime viewers, or big anime YouTubers and people in the scene, like the Anime Man and Sailor B, Victoria Holden, who works at Crunchyroll. These people and a lot of others have been speaking out against the Anime Awards because of the fact that Yuri on Ice was nominated for so many anime. It was hyped up by Crunchyroll so much this year in comparison to their other anime, and it won so many awards, whereas other people believe that other things should have won in comparison, because it's no fun when one anime wins most of the awards. And I 100% agree. I feel like one anime winning the most of the awards is kind of ridiculous, and the fact that it's also I think it's on the list here. Yeah, it's on the list for Anime of the Year is frightening, because of the fact that it won so many awards, and I'm pretty sure if it wins Anime of the Year, not many people are actually going to be that happy about it. Now, a lot of people are saying that that we should blame the people who are like super hyped up for these kind of animes for Yuri on Ice. I saw the Fujoshis super hyped up for Yuri on Ice, and yeah, they have a huge fan base, so we can't really blame them. But the fact that they were nominated for so many things here that make no sense. I mean, like, let's just jump to one random one. Like, Best Boy, I don't think Yuri should have won that one. Not at all. No way in hell. And Best Animation, I mean, I voted for Yuri on Ice because I haven't watched any of these, but from what I've seen and from what Victoria Holden, Sailor B from Twitter, has talked about, Philip Flowers was really good, Mob Psycho was really good. It felt kind of robbed for that. Not to mention Best Couple, I feel like having Yuri and Victor on that one, I don't mind it, but I mean, there are other choices too that are okay. But in my opinion, Best Opening, Best Ending were totally robbed. Those two, like, I voted for them because they were the only good choices, but definitely I felt like the reason why I voted for a different opening than History Maker was because of the fact that I thought History Maker was just not as good. There's such good anime this year that I felt got robbed. Like, Tales of Styria the X, the opening theme for that anime was so good. How was that not on the freaking list for best openings? I mean, Kaze no Uta was such a good song. Don't freaking rob me, mate. How was Haven't You Heard of Sokomoto's opening, Coolest, not on the list for best openings for this year? That's ridiculous. How was Reason Living and Trash Candy not on the list for best anime openings this year? How was freaking... There's so many things I could talk about right now. It's ridiculous. Let's open up the Crunchyroll app and look at all the anime that came out last year. We can talk about all the ones I watched at least, because that's all I can talk about. Let's go to seasons. We'll start over, wait, 1 second. We'll start over at winter. Alright, let's storm through this list here that I thought were good. Digimon Adventure, come on. How was that on any of your lists? I'm glad Erased was. Apparently, Durarara had episodes coming out around that time, which I thought was really good. Haikyuu was not voted for anything, which is freaking ridiculous. Konosuba was a good anime. It got voted for one. Mirror Colors Phantom World I thought was good. What other ones were here? Ruby? How was Ruby not on any of these lists? Come on, guys. Like, Ruby was such a big thing last year and this year. Come on, man. Come on. How did it not win Best Animation? How was it not voted for Best Animation? Come on. How can a 2D animation beat a 3D animation when it's missing one whole dimension? Come on. I stole that joke from Twitter, by the way, so I'm not going to keep that joke for myself. Okay, so that's all the winter stuff that I'm pretty sure I watched. We'll jump over to spring. And Happy. That was a good anime. Big Order, in my opinion, was a good anime. Like I said, Bungo Stray Dogs got completely robbed. Haven't You Heard Sakamoto's theme song should have been as a choice. Like, what is this? ReZero's opening was really good. I mean, there also could have been a lot more nomination stuff. Like, not just action, but like, what about School Life? What about, like, all that kind of stuff? There's a lot of choices here I feel like got robbed. I mean, and I like, Shokugeki no Soma wasn't on any of these, like, nominated win lists. JoJo was, like, voted for one or two not, like, big things? That's crazy. New Game was really hyped up, and it didn't win anything, or even wasn't even nominated. Real Life was really good. Sweetness and Lightning was pretty good. What is this? Twin Star Exorcist I heard was really good. What else is fucking here? I'm triggered now. Legitimately triggered. I don't usually get triggered this hard. I mean, again, I'll say Haikyuu. What is this? Freaking Keijo. What is this? Well, come on, like, March Comes in Like a Lion was okay. There's also My Wife is Student Council President Plus. Persona 5, the freaking animation. Like, Sanju Forum I heard was real good. Well, that was season 2. And, like, www Wagarenaria, or whatever the hell you pronounce that, I heard that was really good. What the hell? There's so many things that had chances to win, and they weren't even given. I mean, there were so many anime that weren't even given chances to win. And Yuri on Ice was voted for so many things. It was pretty ridiculous in my opinion. And I feel like 100% things were, like, people were 100% robbed. And I think that, like, I don't know, like, there has to be a balancing thing, like, especially for, like, I feel like for, like, the Grammys and all them, they try to, like, control things so that one person can't win every single award, and of course it's not that easy out ever, right? But I feel like with Yuri on Ice being voted for so many things, especially because the anime awards were pretty much created around the time Yuri on Ice was coming out, or at least around the time it was ending, and so with anime that came out earlier this year, they were pretty much knocked to the side. A lot of really good anime was pretty much knocked to the side, which is pretty unfair. And I get that. I think the biggest problem is the fact that they pretty much decided this. I was pretty sure it was a pretty random decision, as well as the fact that they didn't look at older anime from this year. And because of everyone being so blinded by the Yuri on Ice hype from around the time that they were making the stuff for the Anime Awards, it's pretty ridiculous in my opinion. Now, I feel like the only way for this to be fixed is there's no real way to fix it. It's over. But I mean, it's gonna be real crazy when they announce the anime of the year. But I mean, I feel like the only way for this to be fixed is for them at Crunchyroll not to just take in like nominations from what's it called? They shouldn't take just nominations from their company. They should take nominations from people from Twitter, from Facebook, from other social medias, because I feel like when you work in the industry, you're so blinded by the anime that you really like that you don't see the dark sides of them unless you watch so much anime. But I mean, with Crunchyroll, they had to promote that anime. They have to promote anime. So when like multiple people find an anime they like, they promote it like hell, and then it's just everywhere. Like New Game was everywhere on Twitter when that was coming out. Yuri on Ice again was everywhere on Twitter when it was coming out. So I mean, they could have done that. They could have made it so that other people could nominate. Like, I mean, the fact that Yuri on Ice was voted so many things was ridiculous, and the fact that like they were promoting Yuri on Ice so big this year really made it really hard for anime from the start of the year that came out to really have a chance of even being nominated at all. So, I mean, where I'm going with this is pretty much we should have more of a say for nominations and who should win. Whereas, I mean, the company, they should have their own say, but these awards aren't just for the companies, it's for the lovers of I think it's more for the lovers of anime than it is for the companies, because we want to tell more people about the anime we love, and that's the point. But when people that like when an anime that, I mean, had a really different way of showing its story, but in my opinion wasn't that good, in a lot of people's opinion wasn't that good, and it shouldn't have deserved to win so many awards, won so many awards, that pisses a few people off, and I feel like there should be a way to regulate it. But I mean, that's just my opinion on the matter. Let me know what you guys think too, because this is a really important thing to me, because like I felt really robbed these anime awards, and I really hope anime of the year is not Yuri on Ice. And it's really mean to say, but if anything wins, it better not be Yuri on Ice, or else, I mean, I think there's no hype for the rest of the anime awards. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought about the anime awards in the comments down below. I want this to be a conversation, so it's easier for us all to talk about all these kind of stuff, about anime, about the awards, about all this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Scott PF may be out. See you guys next time.